On the 31st of March 2019, they probably collapsed their law firm. They'll never be involved in the case. That's what they said. And Dr. Farouk Bajwa, well, he's no longer going to be a lawyer. He'll be living in Pakistan. That's it. That's what they said. That's how easy it was for Mo and Co to escape justice. Interestingly, they're still signing documents on the case on the 6th of June, months after saying they're not involved. Several other law firms have reported them to the Law Society, the body that is supposed to make sure lawyers behave ethically. Nothing's been done. I wonder why. In fact, all the lawyers working at Farouk Bajwa & Co just moved across to a new law firm called Burlington's. And guess what? Yeah, Burlington's took on Jamal's case against me. Farouk Bajwa now works for Burlington's. Farouk Bajwa's son now works for Burlington's. Farouk Bajwa is Burlington's GDPR expert. Pretty ironic, no? Farouk Bajwa & Co leaked my children's address to an Antifa activist to put it online for everyone. And if we've been stupid enough to expect more ethical behaviour from Burlington's than from Farouk Bajwa and Mohammed Akanji, well, we'd have been disappointed. I just really, which I've been trying to do, I need all of the disclosure, which I haven't had. I haven't had full disclosure of the school records.
To make sure that we haven't, that the documents haven't been lost in the transfer of the bar from Farouk Bajwa to Burlington's.
Yes. Welcome to the live.
To the council for Jamal.
And how long would the council take for them?
I don't know. I don't think they give us a time frame, did they, Luke?
No, they didn't, unfortunately.
So what you're saying is you believe there may be things that I haven't been disclosed. You don't know how long they're going to take, but you won't agree to an adjournment.
No, our position is that we're not agreeing to an adjournment. Those are my instructions.
Because my concern, serious concern, is the safety of the witnesses. And I don't believe.
Yes.
The country,
Oh yeah.
And this
Farouk Bajwa and Mohammed Akanji have nothing to do with this case. This is my case.
How come then? How come Farouk Bajwa signed a form 3 months after he left to do this case?
Welcome to the live, guys.
He signed a form dated June. In June, he signed a form, and the date on that form that he signed is June. He left this case in March. How come?
Well, if you send it through to me, I'll have a look and I'll give you an explanation as to why. I'm not quite sure what the solution is now.
No, you'll see it on my documentary. Okay, so when you send me what you decide is relevant here, how am I going to know what you cut out?
Well, I suppose you wouldn't.
I wouldn't. Does that seem fair? If the information is not relevant, then what harm could it do in me having it?
But it's not about harm, it's about privacy.
For the last 3 days, since you received videos so that you become aware that I have video evidence that's going to prove my case, since that point, my ex-wife and my children, for the last 2 days, had police at their house because they've been receiving threats. On top of that, because my ex-wife has been put online by the same people who are in bed with Mohammed Akanji. Then, 2 days ago, Mohammed Akanji doxed my mother and father's house. Last night, that house at 1 o'clock in the morning was smashed to pieces with bricks through the windows. You know? This is all going on in the background. I've been trying to get my stuff ready, but just so you're aware of what's going on as to why I don't trust the words you say. When you have Farouk Bajwa's son working for your company, and Farouk Bajwa is the man that sent people to threaten to kill my children, I'm wondering why in the last 48 hours, or last 72 hours, since I disclosed information to you, why my family and loved ones have come under persecuted harm, of which is all detailed with police records and video footage and everything that's been going on. So I'm super concerned and don't trust you or your party to decide what's relevant in this case. I don't trust you. So if this is to be a fair trial about getting out the truth, if that's what you're working for, you need to give me your disclosure instead of reviewing it and taking bits out, which is what you've already done with the school records. You'll say, because I know that's not the full school records. So, and you've covered up things which, and Luke, Francesca told me, I have a recording of her telling me that Burlington's did not retract anything. redact anything. Yet in court you had to admit you did. I've got the recording of it, I tell you. Everything was redacted prior to coming to you. Everything was redacted prior to coming to you. And then in court you sit and admit that you have been redacted. So forgive me, it's just lie after lie.
This is Burlington's lawyers losing documents that they're supposed to send to me and deleting things that they don't want me to see. Misplaced. How do you misplace documents that were electronically filed on their case management system at Fruit Badger & Co, then passed over to Burlington?
All of this is because of shit. And all of this is for pressure on in the weeks before. And all this. And this is a country, I guarantee you this is a country. A country working with resistant hate. The account that's put it on is resistant hate. Yeah? Resistant hate for a country hires with Dick Coughlin to send to House before. They're like his little minions. So now he knows that it's coming, it's going to land on his lap. The whole lie that they're told. And this is the actions they use. Can't play the man, so they play the kids and family. You don't need to be scared of something, because they're doing this.
Did they just call me to goodbye?
No, baby. They're purposely just doing that.
How do they know my number?
But when they're doing this, they're just doing this to try and cause me shit and make you worry. So, I know it's easier said, but you don't need to worry. They're doing this so that we don't beat them anymore. That's why they're doing this, yeah. Moment.
Danny Barker rang me saying if anyone comes up to the house, just ring him and he'll come round there.
Yeah, you will be, yeah. Just me. Go on, mate.
Welcome.
Go on, mate.
Welcome.
America is whole time is and Europe and all of Europe have been backwards. And we've been, unlike I'm the one persecuting people, and always targeting them. And they're such cowards. They're such cowards, man. I just got a phone call and they said goodbye. I'm so scared. I've told the police, but I'm so scared.
Hello?
Jenna, who's just rung Spencer?
We don't know at the minute.
What are the police saying?
I'm just making a statement.
Okay, but just quickly, are they getting that account? Let's put a picture of you online. Who showed you that picture, Jenna?
It's on Twitter.
Yeah, who
I saw
found
it
it?
myself.
You saw it yourself, okay. Are they gonna, and the police sorting out to get rid of it?
Yeah, they're taking the address of the Twitter person to put it out.
If you can say, I give them 50 addresses of people who've done exactly the same years, including the redhead man. What about the redhead bloke who threatened the kids? What they said about that?
Well, nothing.
Yes.
No?
Cornwall audits. Yes, Crazy Jake.
If I make a video threatening to kill some kids, I'll be arrested. So, the point, what you need to ask them specifically, and say to them, you made a complaint, someone threatened to murder your children, you had to leave your home, yeah? Those threats have now followed you to where you're now living, yeah? And they're coming from the same people, the same organisations, the same people they done fuck all about last time. They didn't nick them, they didn't speak to them, the solicitor's still acting with impunity, doing it to my mum and dad yesterday. So you need to specifically ask them, Jen, I want to answer them, when you made a complaint against Dick Coughlin last year, why have they not done anything? And give us, and get you a follow-up and an answer as to why they haven't done anything, if you can. The kids. Am I right that you managed to track the number?
Big up Ryan, yes.
So you know who made those phone calls?
Big up to you guys.
We know where the number it came from, and who that phone was registered to. So that's what, obviously we cannot prove. Well, at that time I wasn't able to prove who. I only could say where the number it came from.
As in whose phone it is?
And who the phone is registered to.
Okay. Because obviously for me, this was threatening phone calls a week before a High Court trial, trying to pervert the course of justice. How come no one's been arrested?
I can't see anything on the crime report.
If I send you evidence, which I'm going to anyway, it's all going to the judge. If I send you evidence of Mohammed Akanji doxing my mum and dad's address, if I send you evidence of criminal damage and attacks in the middle of the night at I'll take me home, and I show you evidence of pictures of my wife being put on, ex-wife being put online, and my son They rang my 11-year-old son's phone. The police were involved. They've been threatening my 11-year-old son. This is what's gone on. If I send you evidence there, do you think you'll support an anonymity order to protect the children in this case?
I don't have instructions to answer that. I don't have conduct of the matter. But what I can clarify for you is some of the issues that I can give answers on. One of those of which I heard you made reference to Farouk's son working. He is not involved in the case in any way at all. Has no access to any files whatsoever.
You've heard how Luke Hackett, he couldn't explain why they were redacting and deleting information from documents before handing them over to me. Information I should have been given. He couldn't answer a simple question. Who decides what's relevant? Unfortunately, in terms of integrity, Berlans don't appear to be any better than Farouk Bajwa and Mohammed Akashi.
10 chapters on this case, guys.
You see, I was told he violently attacked a girl. I was told he'd attacked someone as part of a gang. And I was told he'd threatened to stab someone. In fact, Jamal would violently attack more than one girl. And we presented the evidence to the court, including the testimony of courageous children who came to court. These children weren't Tommy Robinson fans, but they came to the High Court to speak the truth. So let me just look at one of the pupils that come to court and testified. This young girl wasn't a supporter of mine, didn't support my politics, but she still came to court and testified. Let me have a look at her school records and read what her teacher says about her. Charlie is a very mature and hard-working member of the Forum. She has been an absolute pleasure to have in the Forum. She has represented the Forum in the school council and in various events across the school throughout the school year. She represents all that is positive and excited about studying at Almonbury. Charlie is now currently studying law at university. Why would this girl lie, randomly lie, before I was involved? Why would she then travel to the High Court of London and commit perjury? Because that is what the judge has found, that she's made it all up. And Jamal, the Syrian refugee, the one with multiple lies in his school records and behavioural disciplinaries everywhere, well, he was telling the truth. That is what he found in this case. Why would a mother post images and send me those images of her daughter beaten black and blue? Why? For what reason? Why would the staff lie? Why would the head teacher lie? Why would every single person who was recorded covertly lie about what Jamal was like? 12 different people lying about what Jamal was like. Why? See, the judge has really helped us out here. The judge says people can lie for reasons that make no sense. Sometimes for no reason at all. He could not readily identify any explanation for why some of these people were prepared to do so and lie. He concludes the alleged assaults, they never happened at all. Despite Jamal's school record, which you've seen, the judge states the claimant's record is overwhelmingly positive. He acknowledged Jamal has a record of lying.
He is in
But aside from this occasion, it's Jamal
private gallery
who's telling the truth, and everyone else is lying. Really? We waited 10 weeks for this? That's your conclusion? That's the logic from the highest libel judge in our land? There was no jury. That's right, there's no jury. But all of these people were lying. But Jamal, he was telling the truth. Jamal, who could only find his dad, Jihad, to speak for him. Not a single teacher, not a classmate, not a friend, not a neighbour or a support worker came to court to support Jamal's version of events. Jamal, who said he only broke the rules a few times at school, and even then, it weren't his fault. His school records suggest something very different. I want to be clear and fair to Jamal. He denies every accusation against him, completely and utterly. On the day the 5 courageous children appeared in the dock, giving testimony against Jamal, Jamal didn't even show up in court that day to face his accusers. Neither did the press. The press actually left court when the witnesses stood up to give their evidence in my defence. It's alarming to think we have this kind of intellect at the top of our judiciary. The story of these two children is actually a story about free speech, or the death of it. It's a story about how the mainstream media is more interested in pushing an agenda than giving you balance and truth. How it continues, despite Leveson, to act with impunity. Is the media held to account for what they report? Have Piers Morgan or Jeremy Vine been held to account? No. It's a story about how the law is being manipulated and exploited by the far left and Islamists to destroy the lives of anyone who speaks out against the accepted so-called progressive, so-called liberal narrative. Or about the poisonous influence of Islam's Sharia law in our society. Is the law fit for purpose? No. And it's a story about our government and judiciary's disdain for free speech and the truth, and the lengths that they will go to in order to silence dissent, especially with its new and increasing powers. Is our government being held accountable for its actions? No. Is the judiciary independent of political influence? You've seen all the evidence. You decide. Whether you agree with my politics is irrelevant. When dissent is crushed, free speech dies, and governments move one step closer to tyranny. The lawyers know the truth. Even Jamal's father, Jihad, he knows the truth about his son. They all knew the truth and were using Jamal to further their agenda, regardless of the consequences for Jamal. They continued to pursue the case, which incidentally has caused my divorce and bankruptcy. My ex-wife had to choose between her marriage to me and the safety of our children. I'm glad she chose our children. We're still best mates. You see, Jamal's lawyers told me very early on, if I apologised and paid them 50 grand, they'd drop their case. If you're watching this, you know the decision I made. I won't apologise for reporting what I was told, for what I believe to be true, for standing up for Baby, a young man unjustly vilified by pretty much everyone. But in silencing dissent, are the media and our government any different to the governments they criticise so much? China, Russia, Iran, immigration, COVID, Brexit. If it doesn't fit the narrative, you will not hear the answer. Where else have we seen this? Where else has the media, politicians, police and social services hidden the truth for decades, fearful of being called racist? Grooming gangs. That's where. A cover-up of such horrific cost to thousands of young girls in towns and cities across our country. And nowhere worse than under the stewardship of Councillor Shear Pandor's Kirklees Council. You see, hiding the truth doesn't protect community cohesion. It does the total opposite. It undermines trust in public institutions. It stokes resentment and conflict in our communities. Tragically, those who lead us don't seem to have the moral clarity or courage to speak the truth. They cause the division that they're trying to prevent. People ask me, was it worth it? Yeah, it was worth it. The truth is always worth it. An inheritance not there. If we allow ourselves to be silent, that inheritance is rendered worthless. What legacy will we leave to the children and grandchildren who come after us?
Yes!
None of us can afford to let free speech die.
Yes!
We cannot, and we will not. Be silent.
Come on!
So you see, I'm being sent to jail, I'm being prosecuted for showing you the truth. Nothing else. I didn't lie. Okay? They've lied, continually lied. Now, for the Attorney General to bring a charge against a member of the public for contempt of court, it has to be in the public interest. I say the Attorney General, this is not the police prosecuting. In fact, the claimant in this case is not asking me to be prosecuted. His lawyers are not asking me to be prosecuted. The Labour government's Attorney General is the one attempting to send me to jail. Now, for it to be in the public's interest, you're a member of the public. You've just watched this exposure. Is it in your interest to lock me up for 2 years? How can it be? Let the government know, let the Attorney General know by signing the petition at www.truthonttrial.co.uk to let them know you don't support the imprisonment of journalists for reporting facts to you, the British public. Who knows what the future now holds for me? The one thing that gives me a peace of mind if I'm in prison or if even if the worst happens is knowing that my family have stability and have security. If you can support them during these times, the link is at www.helptommy.com. I really appreciate your support.
Thank you. Thank you for your patience. That was a long film. Now you can take me to court. Now, right? They think they're putting me on trial. I just put you on trial to the world. Every one of us here today need to remember who we are. We are the sons and daughters of warriors, of bravehearts, of fighters. To fight is in our DNA. It's in every single one of you. It's in your children. Okay? The British are known throughout history as fighters. Okay? The sooner we remember it, the sooner we realise every one of us have it, more and more of us need to stand up to them. My message to the Attorney General, my message to the government and the corrupt courts. Freedom of speech. Freedom of speech has never been free. Okay? Our forefathers died and bled for freedom of speech. Every single suffering you can imagine, people have sacrificed for freedom of speech. Solitary confinement, torture, and death. Freedom of speech is worth fighting for. Freedom of speech is worth dying for. Death, prison, or glory, we will never submit to your lies. They now plan to take me to court and put me in jail. Every one of you watching this have the power in your hands. They want to control the narrative. Nearly 1 million people have watched that film so far. Share it with everyone you know. If they want to send me to jail, the world will know I told the truth. Your gagging order only works if we allow you to gag us, okay? Well, thank you all for giving me your time. That was an important film for me. It's an important film for my family. I had to explain to them why I wanted to show the world that film. They're not able to lie any longer. Kelly, the beautiful Kelly's travelled from Canada. We've been here before. I've been here before. If you sent me to jail, it says more about the court than it does about me. I'll return from prison more trusted than ever.
We're already in a civil war. There we go. Thank you, Lana. Cheers, Cornwall, yeah.
You all inspire me, every one of you.
Yes.
Thank you for coming out and use your
Great support. Great support.
There we go, there we are. All right. A lot of you know this song, so sing along if you want.
Probably going to be copyrighted. Probably going to be copyrighted. But it's fine.
I heard there was a secret chord, but you don't
Change the words. Do ya?
It goes like this, without a fix. The gavel falls and they cuff your wrist. It's not okay to this is hallelujah. 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 Sing along. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. But Tommy has been here before. He's seen his room and he's washed his floor. Last time they tried to kill him, but he entered yet.
Tommy! Come on!
He's the voice from the growing stains, and the road's not blue, the vote is rain, and it's not okay that they keep There was a time the press let you know who is really coming to your show. Now they don't tell the story ever true. This they tries to say it's only a racial hate, but really it's a fear of a caliphate. And the state says no, take it, this is how we rule, yeah. Oh, hallelujah, 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 hallelujah.
Go on, smash the light, guys. Look at him. Get sharing, guys. Get the message out there, guys.
Sing it with me. Tommy, 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 Tommy Robinson. Tommy, 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 Tommy Robinson. Thank you. God bless you, Brendan. God bless
Right. Legends. Thank you, everyone. That's okay.
Tommy
Now I want to ask, what does it mean to be British? Do you have to be white to be British? Hey, thank you. Many migrants have come to this nation and their children and their families embrace it and love it. I'm going to hand over the microphone. Thank you, Tommy. Well done for everyone for turning out today. My name's Alexander. This is my younger brother, Kieran. We are art from A&K. If you've got a camera, it might be worth putting it out now. I'm going to drop you a little performance art piece. Be quiet. We stand tall. We stand tall as brothers, Alex and Kieran, both born here in the United Kingdom. Our blood is Indian, but we are British first, because this is our home. It's on these streets that we've grown. It's on these streets that we've grown, because this is our home. We stand tall as two brothers, Alex and Kieran, both born right here in the United Kingdom. Our blood is Indian, but we are British first, because this is our home. It's on these streets that we've grown, and we do not do skin tone. We judge you on your character, not the colour of your skin. That's why we made the MLK mural back in 2019. It's why we're in schools running workshops, keeping it positive for the kids. It's why we're in care homes, because these seniors have still got so much more to give. It's why we go to any community and we help to build the bridge, because this isn't just art to us, it's the way we choose to live. A&K, paint, spray, stencil, sculpt, mold, fade, create, make. Everything we do is out of love, not hate. Because there is a war going on, and it's far greater than the one we're being told. Believe us, it's all spiritual, and they're coming for your soul. Our grandfathers came here to make our lives better. This ain't just Britain to us, it's the United Kingdom forever. So we stand strong, we stand brave, and we stand together. We are art from A&K. Check and follow us on all socials. We go to communities, we spread positivity through art. My name's Alex, this is Kieran. Thank you, Tommy. Thank you all for being here. Let's stay strong.
Yes, guys, smash the like whilst you're in here. Share
Right.
the message.
Let's have another beautiful song, shall we? Come on.
Go on.
We want to say thank you to Tommy Robinson one more time for giving us this opportunity. Let's put our hands together for Tommy. And we want to say that the real British Christianity stands behind Tommy Robinson, stands for this country, and we shall never be moved.
Speaker's corner, the Gaylor. You want him back? You're right. Come on.
This song is called Amazing Grace.
Cheers, man. Big up Switzerland in the house. Has ransomed me. His mercy reigns. God, my Savior, has ransomed me. His mercy reigns, unending love.
Ben, just play that guitar, play that guitar, Ben, play the guitar.
Oh, amen. We'll probably put Sweet Caroline on again in a minute.
Now I want to introduce you to a wonderful singer, Star.
I don't know why Marty's not live.
How good was she, eh? Come on.
Oh, so
Are you having a good day? Next Next up is someone to give a speech, someone that I'm a fan of. You know some people you watch and you like them automatically. The next man coming up to speak, many of you may have been swayed to come here today by his passionate speeches to bring you here. Paul Ford.
Thank you everyone. How are you doing? Wow, look at you guys. Unbelievable. So I just want to say a couple of things walking up here today. I look behind me and I see thousands and thousands of wonderful people. And I actually shed a tear, it made me emotional. I lost it for a few moments and then I realised that we are all here today. And you know what that's for, we're here for our children, you know, beautiful grandchildren, all those beautiful youngsters of all races, creeds, colours and religions, and we want them to have a future like we had a past. And the only way that that's going to happen is by everyone coming together and by everyone understanding that this movement that we're building
Press
is
the
going to
like
be
button,
huge,
guys, while
it's
you're
going to be
here.
massive.
Share the message.
And instead of the tail wagging the dog, from now on the dog is going to wag the tail. And we are the dog. We are the dog. And before the election, I'm going to say this out loud. I support reform, I supported reform, and I still support reform. But I've got to be honest and say, where are they to support this man today? They should be here. You should be here, you belong here. We are the British people. And guys, what can I say? I can only finish by saying that a lot of you come up to Tommy and myself and other people and say thank you. But it's us that is thanking you today. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being brave. Go home, tell your friends there's nothing to be scared of. They have to come out, they have to stand up for our children, because if we don't fight this fight and win it now, they're going to have to do it in the future. Is that what you want to leave them? No. Let's win this together. Thank you everyone.
Wait, what a blazer! Next up, someone else who I'd say has been the rising star of YouTube this year, Advocacy.
Good afternoon, Britannia. A few weeks ago, a month ago, the last time we were in Westminster, I talked about the crisis of birth rate. I urged all British Christians to start having babies that night. Hands up if you've actually done it. Not many. I did warn the men not to have too much beer that day. Alright. There's a bit of a confusion here today. Some people out there don't know exactly why we are here. There's a small group of far left activists, champagne socialists, who've done a gathering. There's a gathering nearby in Westminster. They call it counter-protest.
What?
Usually you do a counter-protest to a protest. This is not a protest. This is the Festival of Britannia. We are here to unite the kingdom. We are here to do two things. One, celebrate this country and its values, but also talk about the threat. Of course, this kingdom, this country is still one of the best countries in the world. You know how we know this?
Hello,
We got
media
millions
auditors.
of people from around the world who still want to come here, legally and illegally. You can't blame them.
Saying
The
fake
problem
news
is
again.
that the system
I'm
and the
racist, I'm
establishment
not.
have not been defending our values. So you can't expect the newcomers, even if they want to integrate, you can't expect them to do it easily. It's our job to make a positive case for Britain, to put people who are from here first, look after your home first, the British natives first, and support other patriots in other countries as well. From America to Israel, Canada to Australia. Now, to say one thing that's a little bit more negative, we have a lot of threats. We've got external threats, we've got the ideological threats, we've got Islamism, everything, wokeism. But I think our worst enemy is ourselves, our own society. A lot of people complacent. Some people in the establishment complicit because they don't care. We have to make a positive case. Right now, this movement that we've started, thanks to Tommy and everybody else, is about changing the culture. Stop talking about politics. I know a lot of people talk about politics. It's not about politics, it's about the culture. While we do that, the role of media is important. That's where I come in, and other people like Paul and many others. We spend a lot of time criticizing the corporate media like the BBC, Sky News and all that. But the system plays you all the time. They give you new channels. GB News, the home of free speech, allegedly. Talk TV. These channels, who are supposed to be counter channels, have banned some people on the stage today. They boycott us. They want you to think they are different to the corporate media. There are some good people working there, some good presenters. They don't have the freedom. Ofcom, the advertisers, the corporate money behind it, they don't have flexibility. And that's why we are here. Tuesday TV is growing because of you guys. Paul Thorpe is growing because of you guys. It's going. I want to say a massive thank you. Once again, go home, have babies. I'm Maya Tusi, and we are the media.
Right, what's the darkest stain on our history? Islamic rape gangs. You may have all seen as well, I want to thank Urban Scoop. There's a lot of organisation that goes on behind the scenes. When anyone sees a documentary I make, I take the credit. There's a hell of a lot of people who work very hard for it. There's a hell of a lot of people who worked hard to make today possible. And you may have seen Urban Scoop has a new journalist. Let's introduce you to her now.
Hello everyone, my name is Sammy
Over 600 people.
Some of you may know me already.
Make sure you
For those
share.
that don't, I grew up in a small town called Rotherham in the north of England. When I was just 14 years old, I met a man by the name of Advocacy. He went on to groom, criminally and sexually exploit me for several years, and I gave birth to my first son at just 16 years old. Unfortunately, I was failed and ignored by authorities, and no action was taken against him. Life after exploitation proved really difficult for me and my son, and so in 2013, I contacted the Times newspaper. I shared my story and named those involved, exposing the Rotherham child abuse scandal. I also testified against my perpetrator, and he was sent to prison for 35 years for the crimes he committed against me and other children. Exploitation isn't something of the past. It's happening in every town and city around the UK, which is why I continue with my activism. Over the years, I've done many government exposures, raised awareness, changed policy and laws to ensure that children in our country are better protected. I've also fronted a groundbreaking and award-winning documentary, Out of the Shadows, Born from Rape, which highlights the needs and struggles of children born from sexual violence. I've heard a lot over the years about Tommy and his followers, and some of it left me with some concerns. All that hooligans and racists was always mentioned, but when I went to Telford, that's not what I found. I spent the day talking to many. They seemed friendly and down to earth, but frustrated that children had been raped and that their lives had meant nothing. They felt they had no voice and no platform, which is what has led me to make this announcement today. Urban Scoop has offered me the opportunity to bring you, news reports and documentaries that no one else will, and give you the voice and the platform that you fully deserve. Urban Scoop is run for the people, by the people. This is a new and exciting journey, and I can't wait to bring you all on it with me. If you'd like to continue supporting us, then please head over to urbanscoop.news, where you can see all our news and reports. We can't do this without your support. Thank you, and we'll see you all soon. I'm Sammy Woodhouse, reporting from Rotherham.
Now, there are millions of people in our country, boys, girls, men and women that have been abused and raped. Now, we don't like to talk about, especially about boys and about men, but we have to, because they're victims too. But I'm here today to talk to you about what's happening to our girls and women in our country. Now, our girls and women are being raped. And some of those women from those rapes are made pregnant, just like I was. Now some women choose to have a termination, or they go through with the pregnancy, put the baby up for adoption, so it's just too difficult to be able to deal with. But some women like myself, we kept our children. And I started a campaign. Because children born from rape in our country have no voice. Their mothers have no voice. And those children also have no legal rights whatsoever. So I need all of you to get involved today to help me change that. Now, I'm calling on government for a couple of things. So, the first thing is, there has never ever by any of our governments been any commissioned research into the needs of women and children born from rape. We need to change that. Support services are not offering support. Professionals are not being trained. How can we support people if we don't know what our needs are? But also, rapists are allowed contact and custody through the family court to our children. Now, this is a campaign I've been fighting for 6 years. Back in 2018, I started a campaign when I did an exposure against Rotherham Council because he invited my rapist into my son's life. Now,
keep on promoting
on
your fucking
screen,
stupid hate.
And I'm asking every single person here today to contact your MP, to contact the Home Secretary, and put
by standing together and being strong.
Having contact and custody to our children. Now, they are women all over this country that have to sit and have contact with their rapists and play happy families. And
guys, smash the likes while you're in here.
So, are you all going to get involved? Are you all going to contact your MPs? Are we going to put a stop to rapists having our children? I'm going to go, but before I go, my two children, my daughter-in-law, my grandson, is watching this at home. So I want to say that I love you, and I promise you I'm going to fight for your rights.
Yes.
Come on, Sammy Woodhouse, I've watched her start her journalism. She's a natural. I'm sure she's going to bring you some great footage and great documentaries. Who saw my trip to Canada recently? Fuck Justin Trudeau. Whilst I was in Canada, whilst I was in Canada and I was locked in Calgary
meet a lady for a podcast. I sat down with her. She was a mother, a grandmother. She led the trucker convoy through Canada against the forced vaccine mandates. We've got a video to introduce her quickly now.
The small fringe minority.
CTV News has learned Tamara Litch, one of the founders and organizers of the Freedom Convoy, has been arrested again.
Tamara Litch testifying at the inquiry into the federal government's use of the Emergencies Act tonight, describing why she decided to act after vaccine mandates were introduced.
Litch was arrested in Medicine Hat, Alberta for allegedly breaching her bail conditions, so she'll reportedly be brought back to Ottawa to go in front of a judge.
I have the tears of thousands of Canadians on my shoulder, who every day told me that we were bringing them hope.
Just so you understand, this lady spent over a month of solitary confinement and she's currently awaiting a court case facing 10 years for standing up against forced vaccinations. Tamara Litch.
Yeah, subscribe, like, share, get the message out there, guys.
This is so beautiful. I just want to say thank you so much for having me. This is my first time in England. I'm in love. You guys have been so kind and so very welcoming. I love you too. I love you too. In the winter of 2022, a small group of Canadian truckers, along with some volunteers, decided to stand up against government overreach and draconian measures that we witnessed tearing families apart. We lost friends, we lost family, our loved ones died alone, and we said no more. We drove across Canada to have an audience, to request an audience with our government so that we could have them listen to the other side of the story. And I'm going to tell you, if it wasn't for the independent Canadian media and people with cell phones, you would still all hear I was a terrorist. The funniest charge against me is intimidation, because as you can see, I don't think I'm very intimidating. Tommy was right. The Crown prosecutor in our case wants 10 years in prison for the crime of mischief.
Dirty bastard.
Chris Barber and I are currently going through the longest mischief trial in history. In Canada, mischief can be akin to spray painting on a public color.
Excuse me, right?
So I brought my freedom guitar. And gentleman put my court case last fall and gave me this guitar. He built it for me.
Excuse me.
And I love it. But before I start my song, I just want to tell you a quick joke. Or not a joke, an anecdote about the night that our lawyers flew into Ottawa. We've been there about a week and we had about 5 lawyers that flew into Ottawa.
Oh yeah?
And my good friend, one of the constitutional lawyers that helps us to this day, his name is Keith Wilson.
I want to get a keyring off him, but DJ's on.
And the night that Keith Wilson met me, he didn't know me very well. He says to me, Miss Leach, I don't want you to offend him. I really hope you don't find this offensive.
Have a good one, yeah?
But my goal here is that every morning when Justin Trudeau wakes up, what's that little bitch gonna do to me today?
In the world. One of the most amazing feelings in the world. I've been being recognised so much in London today. Huh?
Are you still live?
Yeah, I'm still live.
Well, I won't back down.
Yeah, I'm live. Yeah, I know.
You can stand me up at the gate.
Right, sorry guys, back. Wanna have a look at the thugs there? Look at that. Look at the thugs. How it been happening? How it been happening?
Eh?
Have I missed out?
No, I've only just got here.
All right.
No, I think it's probably going to happen soon. If it happens, you know.
Oh, I ain't got long.
There's a lot of police that want it.
A lot of police that want to try it, don't they? Bastards.
They just.
That pub there, just to let everybody know, that pub there, if you was wearing an English flag, you weren't allowed in there for safety reasons, right? But they've got 4 foreigners on the door telling you can't wear an England flag. How much in your face of a fuck off is that?
And they're probably charging 4 times the price of Wetherspoons anyway.
£10 a pint. I heard off somebody. I only went in there for a pee. Yeah, £10 a pint, I heard off somebody.
I suppose you can walk something. Further, but I don't know, it might not.
Where's the other group? The anti-protest.
I don't know. They must be hiding around the corner or something. They were here. There's a load of old people come running around here and quite a lot of
We're having a look.
as well.
We're having a look for the anti-protest group. No, I've got to shoot back. I've got other things on at the minute. I wish I could, mate. I wish I could. I'm that busy. I could barely make it out these days. But yeah.
Someone I find in there, someone with a.
Well, whereabouts are you based?
Orpington, Bromley.
Bromley,
Orpington, yeah.
I'll have to come back down one day and spend a couple of nights down.
That'd be lovely.
Yeah.
You'll sleep on the couch, you save me.
Yeah.
One bedroom house. Or you sleep in the wife, I'll sleep on the couch.
Whichever, I ain't forced. Yeah, just get in contact with me.
Yeah.
Let me know. Marty's got my number.
When do you want to do it?
Marty's got my number, so get him to pass you my number.
Yeah.
And then drop me a text.
Right.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Alright, mate. Alright, I'll see you in a bit. Moskis. See you in a bit.
A 50-year-old child fighting against
There we are, guys. We're going to get some shots now of it all. Guys, again, if you want to donate through the PayPal in the description, not through Super Chat, because at least the PayPal in the description, I get the 100% of that donation. YouTube take a percentage if you donate on here. And if you do donate through PayPal, just put Tommy, I'll donate it straight through.
And the people who promote it in my end of this country, the people on the ground, normally the spineless, very colourful young landlords. I mean, their commitments.
This is the site in London.
10 miles wide,
This is the site in London, guys. Oh. Site in London. This is not an official donation to me.